I say what's him? Send me your tin. Yeah, you're fear. And I know Jabia or Ifo. Yes, Christa would in a children. One way commanding concern. One more chrono. No, I dream fast. See me, I won't so I dream fast. Send me any packaging in Muno. Hey, Sarah, what's here? Woodin Papa, what's a Sarah? Woodin Bonnie Swasana, what's here? And this Sonia Missung, and Kashi. Nipa was a woodsing in Yami and his son to carry on, said the Pavini Musa now. When you young coupon them to say, Wawari more. You must have name Mountain Sula. When they are for them to say, yeah, Minianum, Tia baby, Yamisum by boy, some cheers, any moons and vacation. When you can't go, the same upon the one which is way. The sinning in a rebellion. Appear a good idea. It's a I am one yamin by a say. On my end, you got your own dream. I see Bonivia Simu. Said you may see me like a pepia. I say, oh, money, 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 November, baby, you want Piana, Miribisa, or don't forward train, me bring us the sound of war. Bring me a pa. Yehovah refrain was a breath. Rabeji wa humi. Assassin swani jayari kitwe. Bring me a pa. Diamond pe na ye na pedie. Yeni osuma wona pedio. Enu ne do be kon kwa jim. Tina semna sachro odofupa. Bring me home. Ane bring us sachra wadri.
Oh, he never fought a year. Better was it than me. And one hour by me, Dimawio. Now I am in the TV and flew as I see so. Sunny Betty was it. I'm Pana, me fata sida. Then no question in the major fata year.
Any Omega. Ashasi enyerie nyami obinti se uye nyami mu nyami wadi ousunkuni nyami uye kesi ni alpha wa ni omega ashasi enyerie nyami yerobinti se uye nyami mu nyami wadi ousunkuni nyami uye kesi oh semiche adie nyami aya usasida semidimi mo nyami alpha na omega osuri asasi obiere ni wada alpha omega nyami uye kesi oh semiche adie nyami aya usasida semidimi mo nyami alpha na omega Umieni wote say unyami uye alpha uni omega uye kesi eja ufata wati osaye ufata osaye Missy baby come for Missy baby wasu Ijonya mi say aye Ijonya mi say Missy baby come for Missy baby wasu Ijonya mi say aye Ijonya mi say Semi Adia nyamia usasida semi titi butanya mie alpha na omega usuria abro nyamini alpha omega nyami uyekesi semi Adia nyamia usasida semi oh nyami alpha na omega usuria sasi ubiere ni wada alpha omega nyami uyekesi eja ufata wati osaye Bubu asuro chini tumimuni obotai titi putai Yesu Kristo ye chirinu ohau eni akake ye nida suaso eni nida suasa kura ensu shirani kata matunya kuona metreno no wakani untamse onakrame Odi mi beshara tabasi juju Ishirani Kata matuya kukwara mitreno no Makani utamse ubemuramyo Odi mi beshara tabasi juju Sema mi pre free na tabasi ya Ema mi emiye yapa Onu kukunya kubona washe mi bonu ti Midie mi mukura Seda Ochichaji ye frose fono nsam Iresubani ni bambo na mayatin kwa mwi Washe nyiraye ni amin Eyampa wati Eyampa wai Eyampa wai Kristo boye nyamo kura Unipa bei na se oti woya Bidiri sapa be wone ya Obe prince ya fire someone ni bibia No more ni ubaiki Sara na yo ashari mabose Yeti sene ni wakosia Opri mota ukumfa ye inumunda Obe moya ubaida Enti otamfu minim so femia say minansu Kristo nasi na mitie Fiera mata mi kwehina Ubi chumi komodi fo fiesu Enkonko funi no mamfada Ajise wachichro wodi fono Asano betu mafumi no mafa Tiwe mi on wodi fo bie jabanyo Mojana tomi Enunti misi kuni difo Yesu Kristo ni urano Watamfu mini songa miya say Minansu Kristo nasi na mitie Fiera mata mi kwenina Ubintu mi komodi fo fiesu Enkonko funi no manfada Ajise wachicho wodi foro Asano betu mafuni no mafa Itiwe miyo wodi fo bie jabanyo Mojana tomi missing before Yesu Kristo ni urano Inti so peso famino momudia watamfo chichiri bidema fono so peso do satumi sudia watamfo chichiri bidema fono no sudie wedi so kunim dadenti itiwe bien kunim before Yesu Kristo ni mefra Oni musuwa semiane so Die ratamfwe so Yesu Kristo watiwe so Yesu Kristo ni mefra Oni musuwa semiane so Anotamfo so Yesu Kristo watiwe so Yesu Kristo ni mefra
I don't
so. Hallelujah. So nasa sinyi so. Hallelujah. Genyo nyang hintia sibyo. Hallelujah. Oh, hallelujah. Oh, deji yen krankwa. Hallelujah. Asaman kunim wahin. Hallelujah. Where don't kwa jijuma. Hallelujah. Waku edini. Hallelujah. Oh, dinku goneni. Hallelujah. Christo ebwesu apon. Hallelujah. Jenang Christo namonso. Hallelujah. Yedien sahinechi. Hallelujah. Yasoreti seano. Hallelujah. Siriani suye yendi. Hallelujah.
Sovereign bounty is the spring with all my blessed Lord. Thy sovereign bounty is the spring with all my blessed Lord. The creature of thy Lord, on thee alone I lean. My Lord, my God, has with thee one more praise than I can give. My Lord, my God, has with thee one more praise than I can give. Lord, was there I import when all is thine before? Thy mighty hand, Lord, thy gift I was upon. Thy rolling arms of faithful hearts, the gift all us
Yo, happy Sabbath, Adolfo. Happy Sabbath, everybody. Christo muma yamanaso. Christo muma yamanaso. Christo muma yama yasombo ampa. Anokwa emse obia ne mebaya adwense nyame ni yediniye. Oni yediniye free Thursday. Enumere I launching women's convention, ye inaugurating young women's ministries. Fiada, your morning devotion, evening devotion. Bepem Sabbath ye Sabbath school. Divine service. Nyankopon kasafa na bawamu. Emse e was say a diaseda kesiye. Emma onyame. Na de yedru suo no a Sabbath afternoon health message. Na mijina NAGSDA Women's Ministries are name. Zonal Women Ministry Leaders are name. Women Ministries Leaders are your local churches na name mamunina akwaba sunku ewie. Especially me pese me ma NAGSDA mpanyimfo akwaba sunku omo support omo dia mayen ama program yi etimi enye no nyametese. Yeda your local churches leadership ni na se churches ni biato to omo churches mu pastors ya mamunyi na kwaba ya sama church members titru emu memma para youth amunyi na maba program yi ya mamunyi na so akwaba ena omo wo ye social media platform omo Ghana omo tie program yi ya mamunyi na akwaba. The program no eyesum. Women's Ministries mpanyimfo no womu edi omu tibo omu hia omu hu se health eyade bia ehu ehia. Unfortunately, akoye se taboo where your community no mu into obi kura bibi hana na odi siesie. Tino mpanyimfo ye se ewie yen devote no to mental health. Inti eno ho asam ena ewie ye ba bekin. Na mpanyimfo ehia ya omo ye se wo mo pe omomba be lead program no apensen nsem no mu amayen no wo mani kotre nipa mienu nyemre sem no me introduce wo mo amopie wo mo nti yansemre no ye be start ye program no me pa wo cho ye be ye opening song no. The ministry Mufi Long Island Ghanaian SDA Church. Omuna omodesa enyomono ebe mayin. No omuye ya. Na ye koye opening prayer so. Sister Linda Odro from Heritage Church, Toronto. Ono enebe ye sa opening prayer no. Timepa chok manusia ye be opening song near the opening prayer no. Atwa so medasi.
Amen. Amen. Nyamema mama yemmo empire. Yansoro jana ne nyame enne homeda wie onfena ene wo waniwi. Yeda wase bebre wone awaye amaye. Yeda wase wo bambo no hwe sopa. Eni ye pa oni ye die erade eye wadom. So mama yeda so tiase. Na yetimi ebo wani mbeyi waya na yadom bebre amo na bunkama fa adom so ntia. Yeda wase bebre wone awaye amaye convention yimu. Ye starte ya wada oni ye starte ye. If you are down here, ye, and that dear cried your dodo, when the bubu quambo do, I would do edemaye. One by your home, my journey, Eddie. Every year, so your baby and pomudin, and so a home in some. Yes, row, Sam Ray, Jay, and I wish I was, you may dear Munin Naira, this I am from Swa. Yes, row, brace, sapphire and from Swa at Cheyenne. Never the better now, we'll grum and every year, a briar babbits ye, a pomudin one some. Ye jai Dr. Boampong ebawen nim or am wakua or babbage yen, yes, row, a brim and somewhere erade, ye bebma or poor timia can't rayen. Now my apomudin, ye who atoyeno, and no erade, yes, resem or poor and from my yen. I dream how any yama a dear yen, ye culture idea, and not quite say taboo. Then so ye brim when I said, Briar woman, it was a whom who can say, I will see it here, yes, Rose say. Baby, I dream moon, and yen tears and 1 yen tins to me as say, near from Bobra, I will be ye bremo, or when some other area who do be brave every yen so. Then so I don't buy beside ya really brave qua, and in tea now and whom here see a better ya pomudi and so a ye. Tears straw and every year at the Becaya home, but quite more, never didn't smile about tea any idea being right. I should you conclude munyam. Omo was on because you made ye hunina, jaw munina bo him, second munina bro, for bra zoom you so, omo muti or YouTube, any link ahodoɔ nyinaa yɛgya hyɛ wo nsa sɛ Awurade fa mu nyinaa bɛka yɛn ho ne nyinaa yɛ mmom ne yɛmɛtie w'asɛm na awie no yɛde ayɛyie ne nkamfo ne ntontom ɛbɛma wo yɛda wase bebree nyame a yɛatwɛn wabrɛ ayɛyie ne aseda ne ntontom ka wo din ɛwɔ Yesu Kristo din mu na yɛbɔ mpaeɛ w'adom bebree ɛnsa da nti amen
yɛda the ministry ase enum hwehwam a wode ma yɛn sister Linda so yɛda ase mpaeɛ a wabɔ ama yɛn tidie duro no me pɛ me introduce yɛ two speakers no women's ministries leadership share mu no deɛ nyame directe wɔn sɛ ɔmo baba mental health mu nsɛm nkyerɛ yɛn Diodi kind Dr. Boampong akɛse ɛna diodi so sister Matilda Anim-Dei ɔmo nyinaa yɛ members ɛwɔ Lakeview Ghanaian SDA Church ɛwɔ Worcester, Massachusetts. Na Dr. Boampong akɛse okura a PhD in health services. Na oye juma ewo the Executive Office of Health and Human Services. The juma potin se oye area program coordinator at the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Department of Developmental Services. Na adia dana kuma hu kesiye pa ni moye ni na niema ba adia ba ko dana kuma hu eye prevention of drug abuse. Intino enano obeko into that topic numu. Na sister Matilda so eye mental health counselor. A befriend psychotherapist into our clinical experience. Into no omomienu ena enenu omo bebuebu nsemnumu achire yen. Na senior presentation obekone sister Matilda be introduce the subject no the topic no. Na the main presentation no ebeye by Dr. Boampong akɛse. Na most of the time no ebeye devoted to questions, contributions, any questions. Na edru hwa mekre mo senya ye beye no ye be use sa hand signal no na ya make sure say anya too disruptive no be it nya time akasa. Intino manusia ye betu ye theme song no na say ye wie theme song na omo mbehu omo a omo kasa eye Dr. Boampong akɛse ene sister Matilda Anim-Dei damase.
Soon
I did it for men or boy genasi. It sounds so another hoda. Yeah, the radius for papa. Now I said the women ministry from Penny Fussy. A cognac from come here saying a view, send a view so. Ya menemo en kasa. Na no question ni ya struggle kakra ha mo fanche ya hwa background am de my no nya no you see ya was sorry and na ye program bi awia kitu e nya bi kitu bi wa ha recording bi na ama eniama bobo ya nso yetimi anko fie na yese ne ya spia ihihye niama no e wa ha ya light na ha ya wa ha na light ni dum ye enim ge si ente dum ye mo si automatic why off asaba enti in case bibi say ya bompa is bibi say nsibio esia ye best time say few minutes it will come back mo fan chain pa eye na wie no said there sister Cynthia Dr. Usu introduce ye no ya da na se papa pa say oma ya kwanya say ya ne mo be kasa ko no na ba yi ya nkyira bi anka mo hu yen na adesua ye besua said there doctor any interest no no kwasem ni empanyifo to nsa fresh ya emra mani mo ya mental health one disua no na ye nim say omo topics nko bi ono ma ye ne dia bremo omo kan say ya hwe yes yan system ni mo ene ma ye hwe a ye hia ho moa esie hia ho moa no ye fo adesua embra na de obo mpa ya no ni Dr. Usu ma ye hu say mental health no ya na ho asem kan ye din we ye community mo na no baby ade akofa no ahwe baka na mental health am e wasam ni di honko mo ne ba asen e na mo beka drug addiction ho asem addiction ni hwehwemu akere yen say drug addiction it has direct correlation with mental health. If it's a one na or tiny mental health almost struggle with mental health no some of them and most of them no they don't know how to deal with it even among the whites no and some rely on drugs just to deal with it. And at the end, you know, what benya dual diagnosis. Yeah, tell mutani kano. Most of benya mental health na etete na wen kwampa on no ko fa drugs bi so the a treating no. Na what abenya drug addiction so problem. E bi so kra wo no a medication na ya prescribe ya ma no. No attend around no abuse adro no. Because yen road do na e treat mental health no. Ya na tie opiates. Enti bo say na opiates na use their treat no abuse no at the end no be addicted and no tin ehun say hu be hia say you be treat drug addiction in place of mental health mind because yen addiction mu dey e correlated ba ko nkonja ba ko omo na ntibom enu tin e be sia sa addiction na ye share United States. According to the National Survey on Drug Use and Health, movie ni studies bi statistics bi ne say America maimua 19.9 million people Americans or say adults starting from 12 years and up. Now me adults I mean say adults okay 18 years and above but men about drug addiction there 12 years and above. 19.9 million Americans in 2017. That is 4 years ago. And that far. And now omoye addicted with drugs. Now, only illicit drugs. Because you can't drugs now. You can't drugs and alcohol. Drugs and alcohol prevalence of the mamono. Now you can't say illicit drugs. Mechanism most of American states no. Or legalizing weed. It's a weed any alcohol free mo. Other drugs na illicit. Na say man kwan say it me use no anyhow no. Or say 38% of Americans almost struggle with that addiction. Too high. Na the one see di hon komo pa say ye di drug addiction hon komo say Adventist ne say ye mudu do no addicted to drugs but ye nim. And your man want the youth. The youth is our focus today. The youth. Your man do addicted. Yenim parents yenim. Me as I make any do be a catch them. Me experience from my office. Minim Adventist kids are more about my office. And now see ya hospitals are me makohwe parents enyum so mo ye addicts. Because some of them are above 18 or 18. Oh, he has consent. And some of the parents now and who say, oh, baby say no, was the mommy parents who know. It's better, me mean to be in parents, but Adventist kids are on women, some say, yeah, on we a drug addict, no. How rebel, me can number now, rebel, and so parents need him. They be almost sorry, I'm a small rade, or when you did, but they are also feed you. And until he has seen him come. So I remember crying, I'm a Dr. Akesi, Baba, my better than what the prayer comes, my dear, again, a day, but you bear anything without once.
You Yamema, Mr. Safa, Aquinia, so other ministry for Nina Assi. You bet that, your sister, Matilda and Swassi. And so we can Ababa, maybe so any a train. Now, a woman, a rahosam. America could be a two media. In fact, we have a lot of problem at our hand. Say, I'm sure, yeah, a bedroom maybe not acquire say I will for a beer. You disappoint you, ma. A who been here say within the Ghanaian society and also within the Ghanaian community. No, additional way say yeah, dear, dane da a coso a war. Yan sorry, any can say a sohara. So that be a dana die back crying. And I'm paying something like this. Nyantan can want some or Ghana phone. Men semre, mestre say, you bet jump right into ye addition. Met try some memano aye a little bit short. If you say, Mujidi say, Mbibri, a war, a futu, mit mediama. We have a lot of professionals on this platform. I'm say, yeah, people who are into the health and human services for Nadia. So say, you need people in this kind of situation, you need baby a sampling into no mestre say the addition so. Now in PMP, topic Matilda prevention of alcohol and drug use among youth. In PMP, say yet drugs. I am not the by a treman say a beer will be on the ABA or 2.10 beer just or not there. Onum cooking and also no hero be and I say, and not being piano by it. By the case of drugs and casa, what are drugs? The drugs are chemical substances that change how your body and mind work. They include a prescription, medicines, and also over the counter medication, and alcohol, tobacco, legal drug. Your course to the beer, your mind ibuprofen, your mind Tylenol, all near drugs. Now, your numco it changes the way I am not getting. Nipebiano reacting. All those sound ye may and man in Sakriba in Nipediano. We consider them to be drugs. Now in Pempino, I am not see a cassette substance abuse. What are substance abuse? Well, sometimes you take addiction, you take substance abuse. But and then you focus no about addiction also. Because we do addiction, the we do a treat. I want us to focus on the prevention. If you say, I could see prevention is better than cure. The moment you get to addiction, and then we start looking for cure. But to fight addiction, I must tell you, to be honest, and easy. We have a lot of people who go into detox. They end up ending up some mesakoye or moonronidium. Addiction shouldn't even be our main focus today. Yes, I said we have to start learning how to prevent drug abuse. The substance abuse actually occurs when you use alcohol or prescription in an illegal or like illegal way or in the wrong way. Let me put it that way. In Tinyampa say ya. So you are using it in the wrong way. That way you are abusing the drugs. You are abusing the drugs. And internet, just a matter that can't say, we are abusing some drugs. Crying. Go on man, maybe I have craving ibuprofen. Ibuprofen. Oh, yeah, attending into some way, some kind of way, a drug addict on that ibuprofen. You are getting addicted to that ibuprofen. Now, many people with substance abuse, most at times, they can quit that unhealthy behavior. Most at times, people who have substance abuse issues, or multi equity. Now, what is drug addiction? The drug addiction is, on the other hand, it's a disease. To say why you enroll at the group point be said you can't stop. You don't even care about the consequences. The drug addiction occurs when repeated use of drugs changes how a person's brain functions over time. The drug addiction is a chronic brain disease. That is how they consider drug addiction. The moment you become addicted, they consider you that you have a chronic brain disease. Now, it causes a person to take drugs repeatedly, despite the harm. Now, on no sano, I feel the first na voluntary. Both are the compulsive to say or taking repeatedly. Both are the baby baby no not say on to control the impulse of say or taking drugs. And say the can one is with me cat nurse or pattern. On fahone the negative consequences are opinion. Nurse how the the moment you become addicted, a honey just say you need treatment to reverse that addiction. Now, the area want to say addiction changes the way Nipankasano. Addiction have that influence of yarding, the way you even think. Drug addiction will affect the way I would be. And it's now, if you will say, people who have are now more addicted now. In another way, it's likely said they will develop mental illness. Yes, it's not the kind. This is Matilda became my young say mental illness, not drug addiction here. Or more than Tibu say in your phone. It's not medical canon. Men per se, your attention cry about drug addictions. Now, could you woman in Remua, a National Institute of Health, a year no, or my rank a year in Rua, and now Nubonia, the tell you so clodium, alcohol. And more fun say it is the number one problem. Second, alcohol second, and a tobacco use, and there's a drug use. No drug use in the or more classify a lot of all the heroines name, just name it. Other drugs are harmful use. No, at also 7. Now, may sure say we to clodium that we know America. How many times do you watch the news? News say celebrate and the party be from drug overdose. Just a idea almost every single day. A coso a work now we will be say when does even that drug abuse no crown start? A breben and nipa ye war on a breben now will be status or the new ekura suban bisa. In pain piano started from adolescent age. Now many unhealthy behaviors often begin during that adolescent now. It's a big public health challenge. Oh, you could hear him. Now, adolescent, that is the age between 10 and 9 years. So that is when Nipan Union, after the Union or adult, the personality Nipa binding should be. That is when they start to form. Now, a hormone NSA awophobia. So about this kind of age age range, that is when also Oma will need a obanu. If you say obet me I Daniel maybe Diana I could be more with me the see one here. But as I will that is that range 19 years between 10 to 19 years now. That is when we have to like very, very vigilant near my now additionally brings some majority of the adults who end up with alcohol use disorder. They have their first contact with substance abuse. Time and normal adolescent. Into obia 1 year alcohol or alcoholic and now 1 year drug addict when you know. And then in penny infusion of course start. And so start say now 31.5% of all high school students have been reported to have done some hazardous drinking. Just say not on the average, 11,318 youth in America from age 12 to 20 try alcohol for the first time. Now, second numbers here, also on the average, daily, every day, this kind of high school age range way, those house parties are also those events are also on supervised events are that is what they've been doing. Meaning say most of us watch the news. Every COVID not buy and lockdown buy. We have some older people they were organizing house parties for Nkola as young as 11 and 12 years. And guess what they were serving? Alcohol. Now, I will phone you on my idea in the background. Oh, me a party be. It's also a be you don't even know what is going on. But baby, sir, that is what is going on. Now, I hope. Now, adolescents, because of immaturity, of impulse control and judgment, are especially prone to experiment with drugs and alcohol use. They adolescents, they make a lot of decisions. Sometimes they make bad choices. Then they love to explore, they love to experiment. In when say they are being offered something like that, so in Pempi, they will be compelled and also forced to kind of give it a try after how it is. And among teens, alcohol is the most common abused drugs, but early abuse often includes substances such as tobacco. Alcohol not be among teens, they no use, but if you want, no put two into or try alcohol no, and the next time now if you promote no or graduate to tobacco, now if you or more try different in root one. Now more than 60% of teens 60% of the teens, like I said, drugs were sold or used or kept at their schools, which is area. Now, Gawabeka say, "Oh, do back into TBS and Cotton." But a honor school muhono, no mukon, a honor, and na in the bonnet, Samo, Dodoana, Ecoso, and I say a share as free. Now, drug abuse reported by the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Service Administration. It indicates even sometimes, Palana, already 12 or 13 years. Man, or you at the age of 12 or 30, but can maybe or starting cry before. Sometimes maybe 8 years or 9 years. One time there was a case in my office. Not a year about our phone. Now what happened is our phone now see a young and because our phone is in room and they have kids 5 and 6 and 7 years. Now guess what? No man bro or more now no back fast. Now say started at this age. So I started to buy at this age. I guess what we you know better. If you go 20 by 15 by 12 years, or be addicted. If you say now phone and a trend or sad trend, now studies indicate say high prevalence of individuals involved with justice systems. Have substance use disorder. Then so include most of the times. Say if news was there or more many police for na obi or treat you no go no history maybe or one way or the other. Now more than 2 million youth are charged with delinquencies offenses and enter into the juvenile system. Now a 62.5% report say we have a lot of those kind of organizations and as providers are or more share in Kuala free or my phones man we have a lot of them here. I don't know about your state, but I'm pretty sure say it cut across so being a very tender age. I'm on share we did sometimes 10 years, 12 years, that range here detox say or in detox. Sometimes you don't even expect say you should see somebody, a Ghanaian, near Palau. But I was something say just a to see Yankasa, Yemma, what that kind of places. And Kawadianki are quite so from there. That is what they do in Tangomuni could feel like, but in Penifon, I'm pretty sure most of us are doing it. And in Navy and Palano, it's not always a Bian Palano, if you're one for name. I'm pretty sure that sometimes you be crying in Penifon, one way or the other, and be doing together. Youth who begin drinking before age 15 are 4 times likely to develop alcoholism than those who start drinking at age 21. Now, those youth who start drinking alcohol by 7th grade, Roma can say with this, about 13 years or 12 years, they are likely to have academic problems. Then, so the moment they start doing all this kind of drugs, no names, and once almost school performance, that's why I started. In because we have now by the time they reach young adulthood, it will lead to a lot of crime and other violence. crimes or program. But most persons who kind of initiated the use of cigarette at the age of 20, they be some years to say, well, they can't start in term cry. Approximately 80% of all persons who initiated use of marijuana at age of 25. And also, no, yes, that 25 must start here. Not sa subano, we can start saying no. Now, substance abuse have a lot of major impact on individuals, families, and communities, and it is and its effects are kind of very cumulative and are contributing to costly social and physical mental health problems. Our four mundim say the bank was at you don't even know how sometimes you struggle or one mental health you're unstable. Say back now you realize say ba abe ragadita. One can do na arel and internet say obi am to be kosa ne ba anaso no akra no be kosa tibia intino na behia say dan da ye ma eni akunyama no yi na substance abuse no and as a drug use it have a lot of impact on the brain. Now substance use and addiction it can contribute or develop mental illness obia we get drugs and also use any form of substance it's like he said along the line you will kind of develop a mental illness. The drug use in adolescents frequently overlap with other mental health problems. Now, say young sa adie we na yan so anon tem na yan koso I educate you a bedroom ribino anhwa na apedie abeye big problem within the Ghanaian society. Now, the initial use of substance use voluntary, but the continual use that is when it becomes addiction and the medicain aboso dada na die ewom say nipa nkasa ni nipadua no ya adwen no ekoso develop until say you be the 20s intino from say you still adwen no develop kopim say we do 20s. But the moment you start to drink or use any form of alcohol, and also target the part of the brain responsible for you to make decision and our self-control and our memory, and then so we be intino and internet so we be bura we all know they can't control themselves into if you say that part of the brain now a man make you responsible decisions no. That is when the alcohol and say in neuron are targeting. Until we realize that the moment you do this kind of drugs down along the line, it will affect the way you even you can't even decide for yourself. Then you end up having somebody deciding for you. Now, drug addiction, medicain, I can say the moment you become addicted, now say we realize they want to cure you. That is when you have to go into detox. But I also say most people come out from detoxing. The slightest thing they can go back into so almost in renewal. And my friends say relapses. It's likely said they will go back so almost in renewal. Into but they be a mass can say prevention is better than cure. And yet cry and could do that stage where we call addiction. Cry before you start thinking say any like solution, and now you want to get into a program that will help you to come out from that addiction. Now, what are some of the problems that substance abuse actually causes? The side effect of alcohol can vary, being minimal to extreme, depending on the amount of alcohol that one has consumed. Now, substance abuse can lead to serious problems, such as poor schoolwork, especially a man. The moment they start doing started now sometimes you lose friends, especially Ghanaians moody. You so in our for young as a man with dance here. Ubi ambaze neba any ubia or yin drukra benante. So say you who say ubi who say uyin ra ubi to the mouth and say ubia and chinebanya day. Ubia and chinu influence. So definitely you're going to lose some friends, you're going to lose some important people in the life and commitment abwam. And problem at home. So buying they be because we be to know for they be on the harms. You have a lot of issues at home. Date rape, produce a lot of rape happens, we want to show before the first mark on no bro. Yeah, it's in the news, and other traumatic injuries. In road, it have a lot of serious problems. The moment you get into that, you start getting into a lot of issues. Now, drug and alcohol abuse is the leading cause of death or injury related to car accidents, especially within the teens. Any suicide, and even drowning. We hear it all the time. Will be an accident, but when I say now or driver under the influence of ABR drugs, why highly intoxicated, and I said it happens all the time. Most things are or move with the most higher percentage is related to the substance abuse can increase also the risk of pregnancy and STDs, sexually transmitted diseases, within the teens. If we say most of them end up having unprotected sex, so go out with party bias, and now some Bruntin or Munim Domoye. Who been here say you can't say me almost every now and then, if we some recall. Unemployment and poor health, accident, suicide. Just say even your new memukrano. So be bra now decode me man, it can make you lose your work. Now people who do drugs in how are not in pain you mapu mudinti. One man, Anumundona and the Swati and our phone or to say they have a whole lot of other health issues. You remember me say so you decrease your life expectancy. In fear be a media man so the rule some no about abrabumua ote umfieso. We always hear that and see that in the news almost all the time. A man for yen rule overdose ne kumo da intino being here said down and die a bomb de runa. What was I say? It's what are some of the risk factors? A dying in it to me contribute to Emma Ubikura no Bernard being said or Quaquesa Subain. Now, you can kind be from 1 Corinthians 15:13. Also, do not be misled. Bad company corrupts good character. Peer group influence is number one problem, especially within that adolescent. The moment they mingle with or more peers or more dancers, it's easily say, "Oh, bana, unim se watiti ni or mingle with those people with that kind of bad attitudes." It is likely say, "Obey." Fall prey to or more near one. If you remember, you say when those peers meet, their decision kind of supersedes what parents have even said to their kids. If you say sometimes they tend to listen more to or more peers not than their or for aka. In Pempi, time spent in unstructured settings, it is a risk factor. I am not to me, Emma, I am manu. Kind of omukura sa TBA. Parenting style. Now in Pempino, na yenso awofo, we have to blame yourself. When we give too much freedom and less supervision to your manual, if you so by the when you intino mean like he knows what to do. If he say wouldn't himself what to do about into Pierre dear into Tiana within but I also say Upon some so, dear, on Namkatu can be so, and or they a cinema. Even though wouldn't say what to do or by ye, but Mesre say we have to change our parenting style. Now we Sakudo, Yumi, we tend to spend more of our time going to work. So we don't even know what is going on at Yamana Brabum. I can tell that how many parents are online use to program kind of bakus where you cry or winning go to the Nebasmo see Hokrada because we spend a lot of time on our work. In say and when we are actually free to continue na kanishini and here macrampo in income. I think that we have to change the style of our parenting. Now you to me adadie Emma Yamaye said the bear he bet to me dear or more echoes my brother. Now a biomonso you remember say if yeah I am not assuming sometimes I am not and also it to me contribute to like broken homes or retire nay if yeah parents near more abusive towards in color and also even towards or more for sometimes I am not in pain, it affects the way I am not it may contribute to Emma and Qualano, Equodine, Sa, the AB, Sa Eddie. A B, any socioeconomic status, and drug availability, any early aggressive behavior. If you move into say sometimes you kind of inherit it, and a genetic say be a wufuni be a war or dance subani be a depends. Sometimes you know, bit to me are affected in Colano in some way. But dear also said Anna in is too easily to get. There's a Camilla said joint TV mutungu. So the availability of the drugs and also it to me Ebwa, Emma and Kalei, they get into that kind of the end. No, we will say, why do you even abuse drugs and even alcohol? I didn't krana or moye, sir. Mestram said no, but I'll still keep on talking. Now, in Pempi, you know, they do this just to feel good. They may take drugs or drink alcohol because they like the way it makes them feel. You know, sometimes they go on more, the way a man or more yoma no money pediano, a yomono, and no, and not sometimes, and more continuously feels that they want to kind of get into that subino. And they love to experiment. They love to experiment a lot. Try new things, take risk, and they take drugs or drink alcohol because it seems exciting. In Pempina and Palano, and I'm said they are kind of curious. Bibi and person or move no more the pro. It is a be a yeah. We need the any pany. Don't also person so cause not sure how a tear. It's in me saw me can't now feed or 2 and 10 times. Now, if you so did say some ya and one look say or money, they feel grown up. They feel say or sana, they feel say or money. It makes them adults or it makes them say or more enemy. And dinner in pimping, sometimes they decide say they want to be doing something. Now they do it because they want to fit in within a certain group. And you know, sometimes I am not among per se almost, you know, they want to be like accepted. And as also person who say, oh yes, means so make uncle who you know. I am not one per se be because you want to kulu on the at the part and I say those name calling. It is sometimes you know they do it because they want to fit within the group or society. You know, the majority of these things report being given drugs or alcohol by peers. Most of them who started or more year in Bruno. Before and at the moment, and now it could be a modium who are money on them. And at the moment, if you say they want to also be considered, say, amongst a can, and self-medication or to feel better. Now, in Pempi, you know, let me say, yeah, Sister Matt, Eddie can, I can once. In Pempi, sometimes I not or cut him and now or go through some form of mental illness. No, self-medicating into by so doing that's on one casa think Ubu and Wadrin say or numb alcohol and a bit me man could with the stress and answer the depression. Ubin so man or numb cigarette. Ubi so like I say and also or numb that marijuana na. Like I say no ebuanoma or to me the copy the depression. But I was will even worsen their case along the line. Into sometimes they want to self-medicate, but I don't think that is a good idea. Now, young people also have these messages about substance, especially alcohol, coming on to them from all angles. Ads, movies, TV shows, music, commonly that portray alcohol use. Rodium names are all for no. Because a young baby ready for your man 10 years, 12 years, smartphones, and no Facebook ni YouTuber. What do you see? In Kuala or Moya party, and I even on one peers. Some of them are kind of more like a WhatsApp chat group. Then down to be a go school over the weekend, no, or could be party. And send you more no a video, no we trap picture, not the abreno, or no soon also feels that the next time on persuading. okobi and the movies ni enyum bebda ye mo friend tie no that is what a church most of these artists who create no movies music videos no sometimes share and some of them even sing about those drugs. Now these are some of the music yeah man no can say omoniji ho kese kura chain akwanhwefo nyoma yetono they saw them and the continue listening or announce or more stress definitely they will feel that they want to try. The parents and other adults and the other communities are also sending messages about alcohol and other substance use as well. Now all these messages it can influence in Kolano and who like children who are forming beliefs and attitudes about alcohol and other substance in their late or elementary years. So most status or more are getting exposed to this kind of messages. It kind of deep down along the line to affect the omokrano and as on per se a try say a beer. They want to just experience because they want to experiment. These messages can also kind of influence the medical Canada media influence. TV near na your man programs are even our for you will feel crash sometimes nina it me Emma your mofran kind of get into tibian they just like the word cool the way it makes you feel cool internet yourself so or try now you can say oh yes on so or you cool kid. Now how can we prevent sa adewing? The main prevention is parent. The main prevention Rebecca say panuku program and answer no, don't think that the school system is there to prevent alcohol and answer to prevent substance abuse for women. The main prevention, the main focus is parenting. We are not going to focus on anything else. Parents who and as I said, will make sure say you are giving the right counseling, you're giving the right message. Oh, to buffer. Don't think so about school. I'm a teacher. I couldn't if you say around something say school no open. That is where krana you no krano. So parents are the most effective force in preventing and reducing adolescent risky behaviors and helping our nation's youth to lead a healthy drug-free life. Now, if you say kids who learn about dangers of drugs, they are up to 50% less likely to say on mark or yet in row than in Kola. Yeah, like the home environment is the single most profound influence on every aspect of child's development. And in TSA, you are the main. We are the main influencer. You bet to me, I'm making sure that you ma and get it into Niebisa. So effects of poor parenting are long-standing. Just say, so when ya dadia ma na se wa mo ni anko ma ho a omo betumi ya de bi de siewu a no kwani nyame nim no oni beba won so oba yes aden na se waduru akiri a te say afedie na afedie ato ne empaibo na afedie dan da o se yensre empaibo amama but be sre adesre die na me de ma yen a ene yishim ha. So parents needs to instill social and emotional regulation skills early in life to resist substance use. Parenting and family continue to be important through adolescence. When youth have more autonomy and opportunities for risky behaviors, preventive implications, intervening on the parent level is crucial to improve child's outcome. We have to use rules to monitor activities and encouraging healthy outside the home activities are critical to reduce negative peer influence. Say even ye fie and I say you were dumem, na say ye ma cry and say ye ko baby. Before crabama go ahead so you have to know what is going on there. And na oko so okosana down for be will be yes sleepover, will be so say or moko program. What is going on? Then what kind of nipa na ebishim? I think say you have to know your Oma enough menkanasa. You have to know the friends are on your manam. In so doing, I think say I don't know bit to me abwa niebia obano edanidi. So the role you play contributes to your child protective factors, which can help to prevent them from engaging in the use of alcohol, tobacco, and other drug use. Wono asudie edayeso. Parents, let me put it that way. Asudie edayeso esu. Now, a say lack of education, but it still comes down to parenting. You have to keep on educating your man. We have to keep on educating them. And I'm paying these are some of the side effects that you end up getting. But because when you be a man country and now when you be a man educating into the mestre say you have to keep on educating your man so the be ya dane da sa ne yebisi no o metumi atwe won efrim ana ebiom the church or the community no, we also have a role to play. As a church, we can also help parents to kind of keep on to promote this kind of positive mental and as a behavioral health within the church. I think having a lot of programs like such as this that will just focus on the youth, just to educate them. I think and also to me abwa. So providing the youth with right education about dangers of drugs, and also no idea after school program. Most of the times, the man what they doing. So I will forward. I think the church, we can kind of plan some program here, a bit to me, ama ye mano abe participate. Most of the time, because they are too idle, they have too much free time. Into sometimes they end up doing near my beer here. Into your best say if we are able to kind of keep them busy, kakra, things say and also bit to me abwa ama sa ni omo atun na me de ma presentation berry no near ma me pese me ma inina yeshen soon say young people become addicted more quickly. It's easily said they will become addicted. Now you have good kids, but then they make bad choices. What to do, may but then they will make bad choices. So I'm one young common. So talk to your teens. Now who say who be here say you keep on to educate them so they will make sure free. Sa near ma in the one now see who say the biggest protection for your man we as parents. Don't expect there will be any too bad for amount. Wo as a parent no. Wo necessary to me it too oba effort. Let's stress me day my discussion no ebesi here. So the be ya e bit to me ama kwan ama questions. Obia or what questions bia no so e bit to me aba. Meda mo nyina amase.
Yo, you better Dr. Boampong say, and Sister Matilda say, Omo nyame timi eyisa topic here ama wom na omo de abraye topic way as all your presentation timi who say we adia ehia papa as our for mpempia ya dwen enkoso nti yadamu ase dear you do know questions and contribution time na senya ye be nuni opa wo question na what you call chat ni mu a periodically meko ho na questions a wo ho no we dia to dra eno pa ho a ubetimi use hand signal no ama wonsa so na ma mute na we bisa question or na contribution or pese wodema. CC about 402 until you were roughly 35 or say 40 minutes for questions and answers. Until me pa mo chow. You will question your person will be sir obey me.
But our hands will be raised already. Over to me, I'll go by the list now.
Yo, the part.
Yeah.
Yo. Me pacho sister Sylvia. Me pacho ubetimi ebisa question.
Yeah, Pamacho, maybe then a contribution say. So we Juma Hospital and Kaube.
Oh, sorry.
A church and a win ya pa. If it's a social collar 15, na 18, na the omobani be so almost so down for 4, and I introduce some to the drugs. Into me contributing is say, your app will be all kinds of parenting. Now me feel say I was say or sanka I was say yema yeji yesusu ji money di bebre. Bible say yema ye need that is the Bible say yema ye need that is say aboa owo na app bi ewo ho say unim sa app na fine so unim so a friend 360 life 360 into uye parent obetimi a download do ewo u phone so na so man wo phone na what sign omo app to omo na omo accept inti de bia obeko omo beko bia no o parent no hu ena be bi nso a o parent no hu eno no sta no timi de monitor emofra no me no ma try ahwe na e work but me ba panyin no ye girl nti obisa me sema aden unjimi ndia na nti na ode me ato app yusin so minya abo tretre ni musenye se minji wundi but me pese me protect in case say wo drive why a new driver uko baby na se ukonya asembi anana se ne be ya metimi edu won tem to ote ase enti me straight wo ho ne pa se no de nyame mboa me sa but enye ma ho odin ene enye me wenti no ene eye me mpa ebo se nkwa ekrom ankwala na omotiti edi enso nyankopon emmoa yen na onyi yensi nche no no ankasa mbedi hini ewo ye mofra so na ye mofra ni mu bia anye enimguase ama yen intimi so me contribution kakra no me damase
Yeah, that's me pavuto entry boesia ko family also amom saso.
Yo, Doctor Medawase, Pacho Motemene.
Pacho yet.
Yo, Medamase, and my way my program and so yo ha, you know, your tear friend, Rabbit Pimne, Medamase for everything you do in Yamin Shremo. Now, dear Dr. Kaga Crane, dear Bakwa, Mamini Abaudika is very important because Memo Mantemius, and every time I'll catch also one fat app or no, and track them as to where they are. A bedroom maybe I always expect this over or no anyhow. They toss me no person me contribute ka cry ye. Ye dia makoskua, boy do makoskua na yakoja mo hosa na ye naja obi. Na if he say it's okay. Sometimes we need to visit them randomly. Just to pay a visit. Or I know about school just to check on them. Because sometimes you know besides say fear we keep an eye on them now. Omo free fear no makoskua, they tend to find new friends. Now new friends and also when someone here brace or person be a man to can be obefaso be omo obefaso. And at that time our school they find new friends. Now I'm sure they will end up in wrong hands. Now for you are doing some. And they do even so our more education be it doesn't matter. Me baba I had to go to the school minimum I mean I courses from the school. So you go to school from home. Even though school or university very nice. But we felt to say the influence when you're in school no M1 but rather no obewofi. And yeah, as parents and we need to put God first. You made a eternal life no. It do baby and there no eto church. And we need to be very careful say the eternal life is more important than say obedi you as I say. Regardless, the ecosobiano. So Bawo school next school no fi say mo no man metrefi. It doesn't matter how long it takes. Nyame bebuana nkwaje ho hia. Say mejo mo. Now I visit them regularly, unannounced. Now, my wife took her 4 hours near Michigan just to check on our kids. They do we just take random decision or cranberry fish at the time. No, but right now, as we kept doing that, Mijiri said with the prayer and Pabonia comes to know nyame ebeji yema because nyame pese yema nyankwa na you make you play any little effort be betum bia no nyame so be boy ama yema so eno nyina hye onyankopon anim mama me das
that's pa bra enchifu asiaku papa cho sister Yaya Mr. was ebisa question
me pacho yo mama me dase me pacho me bisa doctor say enkra no obi wo ho no ma oye drugs no na me fan say first day ane maami ana ne papa beche no o say amekra mi nye bi do me kra nya me dia me madam funa wode mam say me fan to me bag but obehwe no na chese waye adurachi na me pese me hu say ade a say omoye na omoye so addicted a ebeye kakra asa eda wenye binu no ojare obere na ne hunam ba bi na wo so asa sheki bisa onya ade ni bi ye wie pena waye free adenti na ya na etesa me pacho me question that's
Mama ya do asipa nyankopon sha no asem bisa sa pepe withdrawal symptoms adena consistent no a do the point bia sa de no na my body need me function ye without it no would be function it just like so with the petrol egu car mu na we are running out petrol no can the car move as it's supposed to no enti adena obe so addicted and in emoja na be diafra it be in the system no more na nye eno sa no na yes ye de ne call detox ye could detoxis patient no ye the adrofo fro bi e counter sa a drug na one system no no na it may relieve no atwe na free sa drug no ho na it not so adro no so and as adrofo fro bi so I be boa no so staying no without a drug enti wo ba adro sa te bia ni mu a fa for detox ni mo no obekọ rehab or treatment obeda treatment no so kakra ansana watimi ade ne ho afisa de ne mo se o jai ke katena wo saa se eno abeti akode enye saa ne tie enti nkoda me da wase
Sister Matilda da se kakra be so me de be ka hu no se it do sa point na it to be a matter of life and death it do sa point no mo was withdrawal
yes
Ofa a drone from
yes.
symptoms into hospital say a very important so will be nyamba who take history who says our problem ni bi wo na so yetimi taking precautions na wan call into withdrawal I suffer about the suye did you do some point na dia let us say doctor class addiction yam pesu om do one we drew crab at this point in India. So one energy.
Yes.
If sister Akosia Ejapoma, when you do so a question and now contribution. Barbara. Sister Akosia Japoma Pacho ho.
Pacho Michano. Yeah, Pacho, maybe no a general question. Me too. And I say when I watch people, all they do is chewing gum. Chewing gum and there's one friend say or depression or control the depression by chewing gum. It's because I don't know substance abuse and an ipan on in order for her to feel better. And I say, I know the categories. Into mom, it's not the same who said, so who your bishop would chew all the time one. Bibi kaked now of chewing gum at two, and now what they tear their stress is now with you now. And also what abuse society. Like conditional through chewing gum. The person
Jamaica no ada ho clear kakra na. Yeah, ada ho clear.
Include be a metal question as here.
Okay, money can in such a way me okay. Like obi wo now. Did the answer or chewing gum? Yeah, there's one patient be me wanna or control the behavior by chewing gum. I don't know, sir. No. A substance abuse. No. What for me for no part to release the tension. And I say, you just like I know you're better than I know you're better than so about going to drugs not leading to addiction. I say, so chewing gum now can cause addiction based on your no use solo for no.
Yeah. I think say obu my or certain behavior be on one like or like frequently chewing gum there's no way you can chew to cope with any the midnight can say produce there some of the that cannabis or my candy or my to say gum say be no chew there any beer but if just regular chewing gum maybe a ton Walmart and now CVS I been already I don't think say that one has to do with anything with abuse.
Mendika Krasuka doctor there was so many coping skills for different mental health issues. Obuoma was so anxious, she or he needs something to chew just to calm the person down. We be anxious to me shaky pa. Na no kwa to me wo so pa. Ne catch my to treat you and enum. Ti send the panel. Or say, oh, chew gum, so bet my copy with. They are all from that moment now. It's accepted. But say the doctor can't, say gum, BB, son could be the aye. I bet you bebanya instance so in background, I so ama a hanoa, and no dear young promote, and I say yankas a ye. Then we're normal gum, and no chew just to cope with something. There any method of the coping mechanism, or say allow no money chew.
But your question about chat to her mommy and pick him out. From Seth's family, or say, please, this is Uncle Seth. I've raised my hands. I'm in Indianapolis. Oh, no. Well, say, what is the age? Okay, please, what is the age that we start educating our kids about substance abuse?
You can go as low as age okasa. Member Mao any age rank and any age range and ask what right age. Age or banuni dim command like okasa or was Indian. That is the right age. I walk a plebiane how I be or status near the anakasauti. But age or bedrua utulufu okasa utino. I think that's the right age. If you say Mimi who say if we start early, near start educate you more that earlier, me sure say I don't know a babuan. Internet am I train my own answer and son I say you start age we need to command what on to me in common back and forth and I think that's the right age.
Medical care conduct if it be age appropriate message. Age appropriate message. Age crack won't be a message up for the man, baby bit macacudru. Now saying that the time a line or so. May a presentation goes about sex education. So we say sex education as early as a year old. That's a unikasa and so take or kasa or introducing you to. Your age biani baby I'll bet me a cast the and some akudru. And yet be biana bet me as actually a crown age be a womb. It so also what take kasa. No can or betiasia. And when you bet me action, for example, about this addiction, for example, one my crown in Sianum or Tmuse in Sioni. Woman, a dear sweet, so we say, drink and ask them the juice or no ma. But they are not quite a catch that beside crying said, difference ben or no me and who ye. What is way is sweet, where soon is sweet, when any tasty beer. A horn was a big one, a grand message cacao bet me at a second crow. Oh, and to baby who I bet my head drew. What's me when I cry when you female and females, and I'm going film and coca. Opiates whom assam, which we could do home. But baby must start here do. Sebia, a beer cigarette and nasibia, a draw beer, wow the man one medication kwa the man no bet me na di ho nkomo medication the man no bet me na di ho nkomo achira the kwa medication kwa ye e wani ni padua no in this case why introduce you to medication into all nyini ban want to aso any medication nkomo a bedu ba bi no wo bedu opiate level no what me na di ho nkomo yi na mo ase
yo me pam to obije comment bi to chat no na me pesa me kan kire yenina because a very helpful suggestion. Or say yes, it's important for parents to educate their kids, but more importantly, it's imperative for the parents to properly educate themselves on the subject first. Essentially, so who name drug abuse who be a crown abuse drug now and our crown and a cotton say who to the four as some bang and our back chain into program saying Eboapa. Pacho, Sister Ernestina Agbo. Pacho, I'm so one sasso. Tim Pacho. A bit here will question and now contribute.
Yo, man, Pacho, what you mean?
Pacho, I. Yo,
and that's it. Pacho, my question is, when you say where I answer no answer that my papa bet me busa the side my concern. Yeah, I buy in general, no, just a real Sanyama way, and yet I buy na who says Sanyama way, and yet, and so our phones, nurses, doctors, be a way. And Dane and still I didn't a pie saying what I'll show more when you mean your more Sanyama go quality. Be our for pa now, oh, be a bus station. Said the almost see no side dot in name, we see boom qualanket to an son. Just a Osha, not own when you're young. Diana, by no yafa, Nadena, doctor's name, Monson pen for a more yafa one, a bebois. Say, very reduced no sense to see a jail, says, saying, me name said the answer no best according to but I am a consent pa.
Let me say, make me a boakra. A bano, dear, or no, or then she share be brave, programs or policies be brave, but then individually, no, a bind me could be a fee and quatrain beyond it. Do I acquire say a choices people make? A bind dear, why and she share, why the policies? There are so many programs, it just educate people. They just want to create the awareness how dangerous sad good you want amount for them cigarette bar, but you cannot even advertise cigarette on TV. We don't do it. Cigarette mom cotton can won't say harmful, but best but so we say choices people make. A banner there why and she or the emre eguquem was set up programs are you can always reach out to get help. But then people still keep on making that by choices. Into Nina or more sadden. And into or platform you so are. Young person and Mabakosati be anymore. Every parent just take it upon yourself, say, oh dear, they are doing it, but one person Mabakosati be anymore. Into only your from dear, not to tell Maufi, not keep on educating them. But if you want to rely on the government and the school system, yeah, one day you'll be disappointed.
Yes.
Mama Cynthia, I'm say a Uncle Seth when to me a hand raising I war reaction amunti. A pigeon and sapa hand on a pija achapa anti. So the move one.
John Pacho, any woman and this no question. Me who know what maybe Pacho, Uncle Seth, me Pacho.
Mama. Mimi their contribution about send a doctor mammy phone papa chichi munopoa. Nana one essay or phone who's a babu, my principal, identity abofra, a compasso, boostem cancer. Unina won't feel a idea here, panty bra, a being a deatity more frying a day, near pa. Number 2, the more fun says school no more. If you know baby or more in the moment for no a boy, a parabe no in diabo. Why not? Why not down for so school? This I didn't as you And after ye parents, so say ye Ghana no. Ye take agreement how as a more. Ubi kura ubi anase ye pesi BT. And after be obia na say ya wabe outcast. E be we ase na so nka nipa ho. Ube ko fie bi mkura be ni eche obi. No se da muto bi mu. Na didie ni adi nyina e basa. Ni e boa ni e pra nipa nkunu ni sa. Na afei yeso awofo no bibi basa na se di sie. Nyame adom ye ba ha ye be hu niema bebre abetiti niema bebre. Hyehyia niema bebre. Se bibi se ekoso a entemu a ese so anu. Na ba bi a ye di abofra nko obi nyamwa yintu anamo. Be obi ese ni di hu komo mo me mfere. Ye nka fi se me papa bi kan asem se ne ba.
Let me say, opinion at not all kind of. Let me say, well, my good point, pa. I think I also bit my maybe some other time and that separate education when it comes to treatment or more do that level. So, Obako Sati Binma and ye, and yet, Sabra na ye a crocropa. If it was all any here, I have you be Bruno. The Obasan Koya crack home. I have rebel. Maybe binya kwane young lady be net number mental hospital da or good treatment. The time I see be I feel you be obeko. Besides that then or see the restraint on that so. If you say ye what done a fear no to the point say or no any fear or timocran on to be on function. If you say I will for a Ghana for how a Ghana for sometimes not your baby concert be no man. Sometimes yeah for the say a new and I say a ferry. Say if you be nyabo na ya support ya ba no so da be ya sati bi no woman na afidi akwi hi na de bia ye ntokwa ya nhwe ya most of amount for twituo ekumomo awofo da so ye ni hi ya sa na beba internet say no be maybe another different addition maybe sometime but as I say baby what be ebu sa no a na so my man nye hi ye nya odosunko ema no na ye Ghana for no opinion di kan we are scared, say you better out. That kind of stigma now we attach it to Zadin. As I say, it to me, a book cries you, Nina Nebi Nato Ankre, Esinium, and I'm an apostle to be any. Now we attach that superstition to Sa Adeno. Could you my be run? Baby, and who addresses will be a star, a whom we are here. To me, I think another addition, I'll just hold it right there.
But that doctor and the crack count. Once I make a sanfiti as semi can be said. You are quite for maybe a masho pain or hospitals. Parents need somewhere like addicts. Parents need him. I hope how. And I could have a panamino and quara to do kakra. I yana take him a as parents need him. Now I could been will be some saying tia. Or one person will be hono. A dear didn't come ya. And sure. Na maame na pono na ebia enimguase de bebusu ni ntina ye ntreat ni ye na de hadwi kase pa ne say wona omunya akokoduro ka kire me say auntie enam say omuni me da ntino they call me auntie anya should the catch parents omunya akodu me born parents amane no omunya help because you advise parents na kwa omon form faso ebi munya help anya kopon adom omo odi omo na omo no a omo se nyamo parents amane no omo koba omo di akonaba all the time I just omo ntimi free but the ultimate akodro e kan e say oni awofo no wo connection oni omo wo relationship bia oni na awofo no edon no matter what situation akomo omo beboa no na mpa so about time omo gitum say eye how na omo do omo mana bo omo no omo abo omo ntimi free ma omo a omo ma ntimi kan ye no ebi kura po de awofo nim say nkra no wo school dem ya no omo nim say nkra no wo school aro ho some say ebi da hospitals I treat my parents in the school. That's when school or the hospital. I hear. Enti ara hopa, I ride them way, so for.
As Sister Matilda, the doctor. Yo, me pa cho, brave Fred, amuda ku, emsa wusu sa a check a cra. Timpa cho, ubeti nyakasa.
Okay, what the doctors, say. For the powerful contribution presentation I'm mind. Now, media no a contribution. I'm saying and then you can be about substance abuse and I say addiction a war and quarrel. But there's incident to be a happy related to topic here and here discussing I'm per se. Yeah, check a crowd now we see how rare it is. Development mitimu. We have a friend. Yeah, unfortunately we're clinical psychiatrist physician. That's what now in the clinic as a psychiatrist. And unfortunately, he became addicted, to alcohol and drugs. And he olusu the license. And just he kept on, drinking. About 3 months or more admitted into inpatient psych, for treatment. And about the fear, still, until about 2 weeks ago, and almost suspended driver's licenses. So the 2 weeks ago, and police and they know about the fear. About the fear. And we happen to see him. Now, just 2 weeks after we happen to see him. And the way now we're saying, just say how it's going, one shot, just say obewu, just say he will die in his sleep. And just last week, they found him dead, in his house. And way goes to show, say yes, we are talking about, youth. But what started with youth now become addicted. It grows with you into adulthood. Yes. It's very, very important. Say, you better take this lesson very seriously. Na yama akasa. Because when it goes that far, ultimately, you lose your life. It's a contribution.
Yo, does since I 15 minutes, you were 5 hands up. We're going to stop at the 5th hand. It will be 1 minute to contribute or to ask a question. So I a doctor, so Mrs. Matilda, betting you one. Into CCI, call Mr. and Mrs. Quatty.
Hello.
Hello.
Abusia for me the nyamia sipa wo program kesi a nyame ayi akire nei. Eto le bia na yenwie pa se ma no kwampa so na so ne yenim. Se program abie ye nipa me yahu de ekoso pa. Na de minim kakra ne se menyini se obia beka se media matete me ba ye nyame de me beba na bra bom se me e nyame e na eye. Because yenwie pa se oba betete ne pa se de osofo Dr. Kai no wudi nyame asem betete no papa se woni se wode wawie ayi waduma pa. But now upon somewhere we are no na ye nim. Because upon some of the focus is any black and I and we ye juma think super. Na obi be na bonte so for na enya ye na Christopher na ye nya kese pa. Did ye say yema awofo mo me mo mpa ye ma ye ho papa. Because ye may say we be your family dear and so ebe ye you would yamia some better to na and enforce where yamia some nothing in the trim. The ayawra who some say na ye say yes na bon pa ye pa because ma we wo gidie won musa o yakura papa no no onye na wonim a teacher force so kura no a ye ka say so for kan me fa wura ye omumu because we go school kura mo komo a na teacher for kura wo kura wunya kura nhwe wo ba ye ma wo kwa go kwa ye ma wo kwa ma wo nko to be so a ye say kura man police for so wo papa twa so na so ma me twa so a twa police di man we nyina won so hwe a ye fa mo bebrebe. Did me say nyina say awofo ye mobo onyame hu ye mobo na ye mpa ebo ntimi nu onyame anim onyame ensolve sai problem mfa mayen is sempa bo ma mu a so nyina say onyame hu ye mobo na obi ani ho na o ka se me se na me ka me bia ni obi abla bom yesu nyame no ale bitima so ye mu ama ye ma atima si ye ma ye medamo sipi.
Amen. Yo me pa sister Adwa Labi. Yo.
Madam was nyame shramopa wa adesua mode amaye is very informative. And men for one, they have definitely taken notes. As a war for, I think said the focus very much is to be on us as parents. And yet, now we, senior penny because we must educate ourselves. That is the first step. So we educate you who are signs and symptoms to know we will see it, red flags, we will be able to pick it up. And it's very important. Now, a relationship between ourselves and our children is very crucial. So yeah, for your free almost educate from young, it doesn't matter how young they are, you go according to age appropriate, very, very important to say we'll catch you about 23 years old. Don't let anybody see your private. Nobody can touch you here. Nobody can touch you there. Only when we are bathing you. Doesn't matter whether it's mommy or daddy, they cannot do this and that to you. It sticks to their mind as it goes to them. We have to be very open with our children. It's unfortunate to say, your mom, your culture, it doesn't support that conversation. It will be grandpa. As parents, you know where it's in the grandpa will be used to, will be comfortable. But I would suggest to say, there are books. There are children books. Yeah, a Boama with me having these conversations with our children, age appropriate books, all the way up to teenage years. A Boama to have these conversations with them. And that's one area. Another thing, also say, as parents, some of us abuse alcohol and other drugs. Yeah, if you say your man, don't deceive yourself. These kids are very smart. Or no way pay no who says, oh yeah, but that's how I can't say it's hereditary. Who said the papa and mammy and one would see into be I will share free him because I will share free fee. Yenny free now for it be free fee. But yet it be our parents and father and our mother no private struggle. Yeah, we want to me any ensure so the big crowd copy or bottle be so or car somewhere corner be. Obakona ka half a yana yoso one to the big crampa or no bano no nanya aware. And no yen who ye ni inside your home ya educate on the inside your home ya now to me up boy a man because ye need a honum send ye no be cana. We can definitely help our children. Because this journey, it's how we're a
Amen. Yeah, that's and our research at say a drug addiction, it is 40 to 60% heritable. And those and yet that high there, but obi are the parents. Addicts and as a woman see kunara kawa would you see kwampuna ebe or gene mo genetically obano ebe timi aye pre-exposed and predisposed to it. It's okodru school mua akwada ne maame na papa yusu bi da ene de ne maame na papa yusu bi pen no so mbie no ekohia challenge say o grab yusu na hwan na ebe timi enya influence on some time the parents yusu bi no one mum ebenya attracted to it easier than the parents in Yusubida. Those a percentage no form no, and yet easy, sir. Enti yemudu do I used to see no. Yet even can say, yeah, a higher man so.
Matilda, that's a power for that contribution. Inti talk also no sister Abna by Cho. Now, me remember the CCI was just like 9 minutes into Miss Remo in TNT.
Okay, me pacho media kakra person me canon so say not to disrespect any parent or what has say no. Also, your mammy mono or more at an older age. No ma won crown we are younger. No more person with them 1984 parents now papa mote mono edited the sound crowing. It does not work. We need to build the gap a little bit. As if I had the kakra near the mother Ghana the kakra na then Afra number the attending crano. Another thing is say you have to be involved or money school and country kind. There's not a teacher ever my best school my teacher me. Every week be I may text teacher need to see how my kid is doing in the school in the classroom. Say mwebu or ha meet me about me older me bani teacher na kata say Obano or the whole boss setting clubby na metie no na metie ma metimu se mo life am live na so different hweye nto kae no na ye ne eba ne kasa nti okọ high school nyame bo next year ma catch ni say high school no ebenye but onko obeko different one obusame am so because we na fofo na ekoho you have a better life for you. And once you're involved, teachers are also able to be open with you. And I also, my last one is say, it's so sad they don't have resiliency in them. Because influence ne dawson and a pressure ne dawson. So me sure me banana me raho. Me hwe me ba na me raho de me kan say rade mansa so empire and e see a bomber wo because resilience eni omumu enti e say your bompire and me pacho me last point uncle ne kan obi en ho ye perfect parent but I say obi a person me better than obi me body oni a situation that me body odi high school me money phone me pacho that's your house rules. Me house rules different. Me free 8 o'clock. Esa me tofu me ba 10 years. So go school anu etimi afre me. Obefi anu etimi afre me. So I can check on them. How it works in our household is what works for me. If it doesn't work for you, don't shame me and don't judge me. Esa ye obi a fear limit and obi a fear capacity. Now we don't judge empire. And we have to pray together as mothers. Because pressure need dawson. Thank you.
Thank you. So Matilda is a doctor. Mu bibi amode kanwa. So muni bibi amode kanwa dia na me Febra Tommy Akwa. Fred Tommy, Bacho ye do so.
Me Pacho bebre ye Eunice. Mami akwa me da sepa se wa mami akwanya no na obi ema obi sa question bi say edien na aban ne eye na ye nyina ye nim se ne ne ma ekoso no emwa edien na aban ne ye ema omu yi na no emwa kaka na me de ka ho sa system ya ye wo mu no the system is set up in such a way say a harm reduction and you completely say eliminate and ye mana air cost a harm reduction. Me ye adwuma baby a hoye detox. Any pa ebano, me fan said at least me ye unmuted, me ye muted. Any pa say 95% no, they keep coming and going and coming and going. A ye recycling. When say America ye capitalist of mine. And in Tibra, government no cry person ye be a beboni pan. There are people like omo ye nro, na omo pesi ye ton no, and in Yementi, they are also fighting back. And the same year, Dr. Kaye, responsibility is on the parents. So we are cry or detoxer, and you are not supposed to associate with. Any power about detox. Me my personal experience, and I'm saying online. See, me ma obi a me kro mu ni bi by me dwumam. E ma me boa ne say be ya obi stay sober. Ne bra ofi ho no. Me de me number man say on friend me, so I could continue to encourage. Unfortunately for me, baby, call for treatment and also the same company na die. Very unfortunately, use me number the and a bed. I was reprimanded. As such as a why say yes, sir? Because they don't want you to encourage the persons of our side maybe you. And the responsibility is on the parents. It's on the parents. A baby needs to fear you. Parents are better put on school, but personal. Omunyina bo omo ho ano no ma ko omo classmate ba ko a ewo baby ani etie no ho omo ka ko hyewa nkwala bebre whatever they do nobody knows omo pon school so ba as ni be si wo omo a omo ka ko hyewa omo maame no omo papa no be befia that is the time they go home and the parents innocently they are very you didn't say you're innocent but it doesn't help us as I say, a war for our kids and any public breed car can. It's the American and say, a man will do whatever. It's not enough. The parents know what they are obeying and the bow ama wadi. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. Sister quiet that sepa. Pepa chop bra in obwate. Pepa chop kawedia maninya brief my.
Oh, Mama Pacho Bedase, Yami Shrao. Doctor, any mama Yami Shramoso. Pacho Naka bit and pese, I make home. I'm say, in penny for Modi can buy a crack. Yeah, na ye shifty blimps no comma. The children, but the parents, most of the time, not dysfunctional family, man tends to be more alcoholic and abuse drugs. A bit is said, fear. That be a stress or that be you guys are fighting. That be a name also. A grano air stress. Now, almost becomes anxious until when they get to school, then they ask their doctors for antidepressants and anti-anxiety drugs, which causes this abuse. For example, Xanax for saying, so backwardness was say anxiousness or depressed, they can put him or her on these drugs. Not the way I see Tian Crano, the Biana and Tokwane stress wolf, a one man crano so it me get it out there to be on drugs. Careful from that. Thank you very much.
Amen. Yeah, that's a bra. Yo, Pacho, last question. Sister Dora. Pacho, when do so, you're very brief.
Pacho, you all so.
Me Pacho, your table can
yo. Me Caserbe, Nen can pesa me can fight the sister Marty kind hono. But sister Odi can and Wakasa for who none pesa me said, now was same of friend who on one. Parents need them say almost our problem. No more mark or catch your parents no mania and more. Na me Pacho sister Marty. Nanka woman makana and comparison in quite ben abefa so aboa sankwala ne parents because ni maame ni papa wo nim ne yekoso me nsi mo dwan so ho asem wo den take akwan bi wo abefa so aboa sa parents no man wo sa ha no omu so omu nim no na enko wie bebe ebe bibi kase ama awofo no e ba san so a e kasa fo ni nyina pacho me so masem me da mo ase
yo me da ase pacho. Sister Matilda, can you be one?
I make a sucker crabia for her. Sister was paying uncle for Israel. Many a crab I couldn't come on, we could do baby, we say, and go Pesa commit me a catching parents, now was throws and shana as well as Fini. It's one of my partial consent to be sent to me. Now, my friend and mammy didn't come on, no cranny. Mamma call fast to dress him and me rehoy. O catch me say, me kwache as no for him. Edina, a ya bo, and you are born a good performer, so ne bus me see the okoya de we say, and I'm mamma, about you knew. Now, but tell them in Casa. Me no one Casa church member, me no Casa as a provider, or banner than me hospital. And I make catch us at Tibia or community. And to be able to say, or walk, nor some more money. Now, crying a humbia when you went on Pesaka mayo. Now, so me convincing sa obenya more every winter, and winter me flowy. My many are Jones, around some say, or catch the before fryers of Basset. Me say the back our bontes and a bunny a drug addict. Just imagine this. As of now, and you know the woman in say, you knew come for fruit beer of us so. Me Matilda, the new come for a my fossil. And to Sakura, consent, set me in cancer parents, no. While I'm a choir. Minimum crimes and woman, I'm not be so. Even trying to convince them, no, I've stopped it. I'm not doing it anymore. Because some of the parents, no, they are not helping us to help their kids.
Let me say, medical crack on. I think that young as I often say, addition, dear man, say, Obi and ordophobia, it mean that I could rubber when it was there. I know that we didn't Ghanaian. Anything associated with mental health, minimum how it's here. It to me send and for them it to me confine say but as parents say awufo and odophobia that bold the ever when him ebe come be safe about one. Mr. Any can say, oh, nene so because what you're doing is that you even discourage if you said dear at all, Sister Marty. I'm pretty sure they be Wablo could be chance no. For the next time, Bianca will be caught to be a full summer or bit catch now phone. And an uncle, and none the will be done into Wablo could be chance. Mr. Ghana for Miss Ramon. Abia I can't want to see me. It's a big issue. It's a big problem. Now it's not going to stop, especially South Korea. It's going to get worse and worse. Yes, Ramon. Say ubi nyaku kudrobo wanim as a parent ebe can be say chrewa enye ntokwa enye bufuso ese se unya asuna utie no na wohwe kwan a ubetumi aboa asupport se de be amoa ese no ubetumi di aboa ama oba no free satibie
yo that's a pa Mr. Mo chat no mo person mo contribute mo find time le tia to me, this probably we have a program you. To be person me a doctor and Sister Matilda say omunya vision no nya me bo omunya sa vision the topic here brain be breaking it down. Am I aware of all these issues? Na kakre bi na me de ka ho obi bisa say at what age the person who are aware say maybe to say glue, any cough medication, pneumonia, dinina was substances it cause drug abuse, any addiction. In grant getting middle school grant won't bet me as that. Educating and when you're aware of all these things. At this time, no patchon come friend, sister, Dr. Amma Kutin Boating. Na wa bring special song as we bring this program towards a conclusion. Timpacho doctor, so ubeba nwa my special song na.
Hobi pesa me mame kada minya miasio. Mongwa me mame kada minya miasio. Hobi pesa me mame kada minya miasio. Mongwa me mame kada minya miasio. Semishe Nyaya saya mamia Nadaye Nishira Manu tuminko Bebre na yeswaye Amamio Bebre na yeswaye Amamio Into my dog for Benjamio Mama kona minyamiasio Fisa wadia Onyamia ya mami inti Obi beta me mami kademinya Miasio Mungwa mie Mami kadenya miasio Samisha Nyaya soya mamia Nadoye Nishira Manu tuminko Bebre na yeswaye Amamio Bebre na yeswaye Amamio Inti madafo betamio Mame kadaminya miasio Fisango ngadia Onyamia ya mami inti Obi betami mami kadaminya miasio Momba mie Mami kadenya miasio.
Lagoa. I one in the last time can hope for life.
Asedankwa. Obi Benjamin, Obi Benjamin, Obi Benjamin, Obi Benjamin, Mami de Nyamiasio. Mama me, Mami de Nyamiasia. I'll say yo. I submission, yeah, mamma, Nadayan Shiro, Manu to Minka, Bebrina, yes, I ha, mammy, Bebre, no, I am mammy, Inti Madame for Benjamin, Mamma, yes. Obi Benjamin, Mammy, Kadaminya, Miaso, Mommy, Mammy, Kadanya, Miasio. Hi, Mommy. Mama mia oh Obi Benjamin, Obi Benjamin, Obi Benjamin, Obi Benjamin, Mami ne nyamiasio. Ma wafa me ba erade me dawasio. Yende nyamiasio. Merci Seigneur pour tout ce que tu as fait pour moi. Yende nyamiasio.
Yo, the doctors, Ninu him, Ubi me boy and yende nyamiasiam pa. The nyamiaya my endie, bebre. To me pa chow, dear Drew Hono, Senka, Sister Vivian, IT. Be you ready now, my closing prayer now. Sister Vivian.
Mpacho, mama ye bompire. Sisi jelo kanabelo, atawo min dabushi babao. Ye yeli ke boamu ke heni okewe bashe. Me chane won dabushi petem play. Ni won invite bo ake over face senu talo ehawo bakene. Ake oho bi dremo ke heshi kamu. Ni amenye neke program na me program ame hawo. Nejila wa ni wonye wo hekeshika. Onwo ochon obiano kamo ke hawo. Won pabufai. Wodenche wonye wo feye wo hiwale na. Won pabufake obashibu ya mufia mumi. Mami me ke papa me. Wona twi jno. Ni wonye woke control wo bi Kristo kajibu bemile yakacha de me wo buone ene won pabufai no wawo no wo bi akafe hia hihwemu ehawo alo he patamu ni ke bia ne ni keji opue keje mwe atatu amile ni wo bi ya fe laje mo bi won pabufai twa ehwe ehawo benafe no mumu wo bi ami ehawo oke wo bi ofijile ehameno benafe nikaji wo bepoe wo bi eba yenumu na mes enye somobo yo ofiasile won pabofai nuncho wo fagbe wo shiwoma wo ke babie ni wole noni wo bi fio ye school lo shian keji wo shin wote wo nchumo ene me fi wo kan wode wo yo wo ya keji won sole wo kan wo bi wo mi mom shikeji bo be mi le won pabo fine amenyanye me meni ameke abo ameya kameba amesane ba mi fe bo Kristo bo pe ji wo seno kalo ni wo hio wo yake bo page mo no ba ku ne ketane e hawo ni kuni yele efe wono ni lele lala ni wonyemi yola ake woba dabushi yeni wujini ofe hawole lele bebile eyenakpe ni bebile efio areho yenoni ofe hawo keji wokwa wose keji wokwa wohie wokwa ake yohua oje agbo ene wo bakene inke meni fe progane fe wo ode ake oke wo jofui na kano woke wo bi ne wode ni wo bi ne na me ho ame jofui na me beto ofijin la shi wo je ofwe ni wo ya bete hepatamu shi wo jofui ni wo bete heno kamomi ejake oba be fe eshe eta ni be fe mi yoda siake oba be le eshe eta ene wo nre chane wo ka wo hefe wodi meni de progane shishi ke heno ka we bashe ke heno ka wa ya na gbene be mi ni wa agbena le o Yehowa okune yeli ke nyamu ke woni sale efe o manye ye mo fia mo hia ne control ni bi ne sa ni bi ojoban ke ha wo ba ni je enyolem ene wo bakene wo shio hie wo ye program kokome no afi ene wo ke fe wo ode ni bope overtake control no ba ye no e ha mo fia mo ankro ke kutu keji no ni wona buka wo dwomo ko susu mo shaku yele won pabo fa ye heshibani o bano fia no shini bope twi fe twi ne e fe he no wo mole o bana ka twi le shishi no ko mo kunkule e ba ye no ne shibu ne yo manye ye bo Kristo ogba mi wo biobo ene me fe kejo amen ye bo Yesu Kristo ogba amen.
Amen. Amen. Yo adofo senya muni ye program no beda Dr. and Sister Matilda Sibio me bompire senya me be bless mu ministry na wa maso na multimedia discussion and presentation on drug abuse multimedia call local churches who Bebree. At 7 p.m., 7 to 8 p.m., Pastor Chumesi presentation on evangelism.
Recording stopped.
Na 8 to 9:30 p.m. So your musical concert. Miss Pa.
20 Papa Bitina, Oba Muani, that's not by you. Fidie Casam Fidie.